Hello, this is Richard Jacobs from Speakeasy Marketing. Today I'm going to talk about positive thinking versus negative thinking. Positive attitude versus negative attitude. It sounds like a bunch of Pollyanna BS, doesn't it? And I know as attorneys, because your job is to essentially fight all the time, things can get pretty negative and your thoughts can turn to the fight, even when you leave work, when you get home, when you interact with normal people. If you're always having to deal with fights, then, it's no wonder that your mind may be geared that way. But I found that it tends to make you very negative. And it's going to affect your business. And here's how. So, a bunch of years ago, I had a problem with taxes, okay? And I even called up one of those, if you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, call us. And I called them up. And the guy on the phone was using all these scare tactics, saying, look, if you don't do this and that, they could put you in jail. If you don't do this and that, you're going to have all these penalties. And I just felt like crap during the call. And it got to a point where it was time for the sale, and I just felt so down about it. I felt so discouraged and fearful that I just hung up on him because it just was so negative. And then I called around and I spoke to a tax attorney, and he was okay. He was also kind of negative, and he said he can't make any guarantees. You could do this, you could do that, but you've got a serious problem, he says to me, And he made me feel bad, and I consequently didn't end up going with him. And I called a couple more attorneys, and I found one that was a lot more positive with me. He said, you know what? Yes, technically, this and that bad thing can happen to you, but I've worked on many of these situations, and you're going to be fine. Just do this, that, and the other. I can't guarantee it, but pretty likely you'll be okay. This is the worst that could happen, but it's not likely to happen. And I went with him. I hired that guy. I retained him. And things did work out fine, but that's not the point. The point is, because the other people were negative with me, it made me discouraged about my situation. It made me not want to deal with it. And it made me not want to deal with them because they offered me no hope. And now that I've worked with hundreds of attorneys, I see the same thing happening. I'm not perfect. I've had tax issues. I've been pulled over for traffic tickets. Thankfully, I've never had a DUI. I've come close to divorce. It hasn't happened, thank God, and things are better. But I've had problems just like everyone else, and I've had to talk to attorneys to get help for myself. And I can tell you, a lot of them are just downright negative, and it's pushing your customers away. It pushed me away. And I'm not like a Pollyanna, the world is happy type person. I try to be a realist, but I don't like negativity. For instance, I don't watch horror movies anymore because I just don't want to see terrible things happening, even though they're not real. I tend not to read the news very much anymore, pay attention to it, except for like finance and things like that. Because why? It's negative. It's all about death. This person doesn't have that. This person was this. Who wants to hear about that? So you got to watch out. The environment you're in, you may not even realize it. It's definitely affecting you. And it's affecting your bottom line, which is probably what you care about maybe most of all. But it's definitely affecting home life and everything too. So what can you do? Well, a simple thing to do is just keep in mind, like supposedly Muhammad Ali said, keep hope alive, or whoever said keep hope alive. You want to keep hope alive. And when you speak to potential clients, don't blow smoke up there, but be positive about it. Say, acknowledge, maybe your case is serious, but I have a good feeling that we may be able to accomplish something on the case. Or, it is a serious case. My job here is to make it go as smooth as possible and to help you. And I'm going to try my best. And I know I can have an impact on your case. I think a very positive one. Again, you're not being unethical or any of that, but you're being positive. And that's what you have to be with clients. And you know what will happen? You'll start retaining more of them. You'll start doing better business just by doing that. And it costs you absolutely nothing to do it. Okay? So I hope this suggestion helps you, and I just really want you to keep it in mind. Think back on your experiences where someone was just nasty or mean or negative or whatever. And what did it make you feel like? Did you want to get away from them? I bet you did. And then think about someone that was positive, maybe surprisingly positive. Maybe the barista at Starbucks was really, really nice to you and just made you feel better. Or maybe someone held a door for you, or maybe just something good happened, even the smallest way. You know, your child say, "Look, Daddy, I made this for you." I mean, all those things are just like, they warm your heart, and those are the experiences, if possible, you want to give to your clients, and you will attract a lot more. And I'm not saying that in a woo-woo physical way, but just literally, talk to someone, be positive, be encouraging. You'll be shocked at how much more business you get. So if you want to do other things to help your business, such as SEO or other marketing, contact SpeakeasyMarketingInc.com, Inc being INC, or call 888-225-8594, and we'll be glad to help you. Take care.